the things that we felt were necessary for other people to know, but not going through a due process legal system to do that.
Internal due process is important. The external level.
Yes, that was his opinion as well. That was what I expressed to him as the process that we use.
Hi everybody. If you're new, come on in. We can get closer and we can hear each other better. If you're close in, please sit down so that your body does not dampen sound. The things we have discussed so far, if you just got here, we are going to be having a rally in front of the Miller Library at 12 to 1 p.m. and we will be marching from the Miller Library north to go and meet up with another march which is leaving from Broadway Bridge at 2:30. The things that we really still need to discuss mostly consist of what are we going to do at this rally. Does anyone have any suggestions or proposals?
You said they're leaving from the Rose Quarter at 2:30 and going to be coming over the Broadway Bridge. We'll be meeting up with them sometime after that. The exact time decided.
Thank you.
Hey, can we just have any one volunteer to switch out for Steph? I really need one thing that we really need to do is to get some lyrics for John Lennon's songs printed up.
Thank you. Is anybody willing to autonomously take over on getting some lyrics to John Lennon's songs printed up ASAP?
What time is the Broadway Lab open?
I'm not aware. What time does...
Who had the printing facility?
1.
I have a computer, but okay. TriMet wants to stop trains for us, so we want some clarity on a route. So I think that should take some priority here.
I thought we were
We have a
on route
TriMet
except for the...
Okay, if anything needed to be discussed
They
with
come
that.
to Marathon.
What?
TriMet comes here.
Oh,
Being
really?
silly.
Oh, okay.
Don't
Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone feel like there are any additional points about the route that need to be discussed right now, or we can go ahead and let? Yes, please.
If they're going to hold up the trains for us, we can take full advantage of that and hold up as many trains as possible.
They're already held up enough this morning, I can tell you that right now.
I'm still concerned.
Yes.
And I just got here about the co-optation of the website. Has there been an understanding of that? Are other people concerned about that?
I'm not aware of it.
The website's been talking about another market that was never agreed to by the General Assembly.
That's an issue that we've been talking about before. It's
Could I
not
hear
really
the
relevant
summary
to what
of
we
that?
have to move forward with
Could I
right
hear
now.
Could I hear the summary of it?
We need to make pressing decisions that involve the march that was agreed upon by the GA, and I think that that's kind of taking priority.
Let's discuss it later.
I'd be happy to talk to you.
Okay, I'd like to see that.
Is this really the venue for it? No, I was sure.
Oh, just a minute. Yes, that should be addressed at a later time because things that are going on the website have to do with internal issues and communication with the media committee, and so that needs to be ironed out at a later time.
I can give some. I can shed some light on that. I'm on the media committee, and I interact with the social media group, the web group, and the print group.
Yeah, we have 3 people talking to them about it now.
Yeah.
Hi, Ricky Keith, other people left. Mark, what do you know about the route to Snowtown?
Sure. So right now we had a route presented. We came to consensus on it. I believe there were some details that people wanted to talk about rallies and how that would unfold. That may affect the route. For example, how did Peter's option about using Pioneer Square as a maybe and then returning to the original route and other things, how does that all affect exactly what we want to do now? So I think we were going to talk about rallies, and that might impact the route. So before I go to TriMet with the route that we came to consensus to, if there are any concerns about how rallies are going to happen, I think that's a conversation we have on.
Let's open it up.
Yes, TriMet might be saying they want to take the point so they can coordinate around you, but not just make it blocking the district. They might just want to like, okay, run through, that's how last year.
Any other concerns?
Well, I'm hoping we're not going to be limited in the options as a result of working with TriMet.
We're still
We
autonomous.
can say we may go here, we may go here, kind of thing.
Yeah, anyone who can scoot. Anyone who can scoot forward, please come in, sit down if you are close in, so as not to create body dampening sounds. If you are in an outside conversation, you can take it a little further, please do so. Thank you very much. Do people feel like they can hear right now, or should we start using the mic? How do people feel about using mic check right now, temperature check? Do you mean amplification? I feel like we're good right now. Yeah, we're good. Okay, thank you. So, does anyone have any comments directly regarding the possible detour to Pioneer Square to have a rally?
I like the idea of finding, you got two trains, you got lots of people, lots of traffic.
Yeah, especially on Sunday.
Buses.
Sunday afternoon, yeah.
I was just going to propose. So the route that Peter proposed to me over the phone was South Park Blocks to O'Brien Square with the option of then going to Pioneer Square. Looking at a map and thinking about things and considering, traffic holdups, that involves backtracking. And if we feel like we're confident, we're mounting the numbers, we're enthusiastic about taking it to Pioneer Square, I propose now that it's South Park Blocks, Pioneer Square, O'Brien Square, North Park Blocks, Broadway Bridge. How do you believe you're authorized?
Keep it simple, no backtracking.
No, we are authorized to make that decision.
We did consensus that he would be one of our guys. Okay.
I just want to limit my role to decisions that we need to make during the march, and we want as much consensus as possible.
Temperature check on the proposed route with Pioneer Square coming before O'Brien Square. Do we have any questions or concerns?
I have a question. Sorry, I'm Zach, and I have a question. What are the final steps for relatively what stop, like what part of the stop what? I feel like we should talk about when we plan on being there.
Okay.
Really fast forward.
Okay, so just some thoughts, stream of consciousness on that. We're leaving Millar Library at 1 o'clock. I think we'll be marching down South Park Block. It might be probably just march straight through there. Probably get to Pioneer Square at around 1:30. Half-hour rally there, something like that. O'Brien Square. Excuse me, ma'am.
No.
The homeless feed at O'Brien Square.
I'm
sorry?
not on that. I'm like, wait. I'm not on that.
Okay.
I'm not on it.
Okay.
Question.
But was there information that there was something going on at O'Brien Square that maybe?
I thought it was PhD that interrupted so much.
Oh, not at absolutely not.
I think they would just be your deepest.
Right, and the time frame for that would be most effective to kind of either.
There's a lot of people. I think they would like break away.
Okay, but do they meet at a particular? Or are they
Oh,
going to
if
be
it
there?
rolls up, it gets busiest about 2 or 3.
Okay, that's actually perfect for us. So then, being at O'Brien Square for rally meet up with that group at 2:30-ish, continuing on up through North Park Blocks, 3 to 3:30, and I think that'll be optimal to meet up with people coming off the Broadway Bridge. It will take them about an hour to an hour and a half from Rose Quarter. Is that a comment or okay? So how do we feel about the time frame just laid out right now? Temperature check. Do I have any blocks or serious concerns before going to TriMet with that as a rough schedule for our activities for the day?
I don't expect much traffic down there. It seems like a rather busy road.
So here's the question. Instead of heading toward the North Park blocks, we could march up Broadway. The big question with that is, on Thursday we had the benefit of just taking to the streets. We had the numbers to have streets closed off. If we don't have that mobilization today, we will get fined to sidewalks. We can be detained and arrested for disrupting traffic by just being citizens out walking through the streets. So the North Park blocks, rather than Broadway, which was a more visible decision, was based on keeping folks out from just being all scrunched up down the sidewalks. But I'm totally open to opening up the floor to discussion of that.
As Fourth or Sixth Avenue, a more visible route, I'm going to discuss it because I honestly
we don't know the numbers yet, but I think that might be your comment.
Okay, so
yeah, not with the marathon. Okay, no,
So what I'm feeling right now is, if we feel like we have a critical mass to have something really major, we can make a call at that time to move to Broadway. But other than that, right now, North Park block is still planned.
I would like to say clarification of the fact of whichever we heard. I think that because it's actually being covered in plan to do, we should officially vote on it and not just have a temperature check, so it's clear that everyone needs to vote about taking this proposal to Met as it stands right now as an official. We are taking this to Met. This is what we plan on doing. It might be subject to change, we might say a little bit later when it's in places, but this is like relatively our goal. Okay, this is because I think this taking, I think it'd be important to say this is an actual vote and not just temperature vote. So if we're going to take consensus on that, we need to repeat really quickly the proposed route for consensus for time.
Okay. Here's the proposed route, including scheduled time for our march today. Starting off with a rally in front of Miller Library, beginning at 12 o'clock to generate people for the march. Setting off at 1 o'clock, heading through the South Park blocks. Probably reaching the end of the South Park blocks around 1:30. Heading to Pioneer Square for a rally lasting for about half an hour. Then continuing northbound to O'Brien Square for another rally and meeting up with is it a
potluck in the park?
Okay, potluck in the park around 2:30 for a rally lasting until about 3 o'clock. And then heading northbound up to the base of the Broadway Bridge, waiting for brothers and sisters marching from Rose Quarter over the Broadway Bridge. To meet up with them and then continue down the concluding path of the Portland Marathon in solidarity.